back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And former bantamweight kingpin Dominick Cruz has strapped on his clown shoes and joined the calling out TJ Dillashaw train. And all I gotta say is, look TJ, they don't like to see you win, and they want to see you just a fucking contender. Look TJ, they don't like to see you win, and they don't want to see you get these fucking millions. Fuck you, time man. Get off my boy TJ Dillashaw's head. If ain't nobody else gonna defend my dude, guess who is? Whew, big motherfucking full time, live from his motherfucking basement through the computer and YouTube. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on with these guys. What is going on with these guys? Hold on, my phone's ringing and this is an important call. I'll be right back. Alright, where was I? Oh, look TJ, they don't want to see you win. Alright, anyways, back to this though. Dominick Cruz, Cody Garbrandt, all these top bantamweights are calling out TJ Dillashaw for taking this champion versus champion super fight. And it's like I just don't get it, bro. Neither one of these guys wanted to fight TJ Dillashaw when they were champion afterward, you know what I'm saying? TJ Dillashaw, when he was the champion, lost a close split decision to Dominick Cruz. Wanted a rematch, wanted his belt back, loved the belt. Dominick Cruz, the champion in the UFC, TJ Dillashaw, for whatever reason, didn't get the rematch. Dominick Cruz went on to fight Uriah Faber. TJ Dillashaw beat a #1 contender and thought he'd get his rematch after that. What happens? Nope. Cody Garbrandt knocks out like number 13th ranked. Who did he knock out after Thomas Almeida? Takeya Mizugaki. Cody Garbrandt knocks out like the number 11th ranked guy in the bantamweight division and skips TJ Dillashaw, who just beat the #1 contender. Cody Garbrandt knocked the guy out. He skips TJ Dillashaw and the rest of the top 5 and gets to fight Dominick Cruz for the belt. So he wins the belt. And now TJ Dillashaw has to beat another #1 contender. So now it's, man, can I get my rematch now? 2 #1 contenders, 2 years after my close split decision. Can the boy TJ Dillashaw get a well-deserved rematch? Cody Garbrandt was like, actually, if Dominick Cruz wants an immediate rematch, we need to do that first. And it's like, no! You're telling me what? But then Dominick Cruz said, you know what? I think TJ has earned his shot. I'm going to let TJ fight you first, and then I'll come back for the belt. So, now let's get into what Dominick Cruz had to say today. I'm going to read everything, and then I'm going to get into the part that just seems a little hypocritical to me, but it is what it is. Dominick Cruz is a legend, and everybody, for some reason, I mean, likes to throw shots at TJ Dillashaw. You know, he's not going to throw many shots back, but, I mean, it is what it is. I'll go more into that later on, too. This is what Dominick Cruz had to say. I think the championship should be my next fight. Oh my god, I don't know what's all going on here. I think the championship should be my next fight. I'm gonna have to break this down play by play, like paragraph by paragraph, because I just don't get it, man. I think the championship should be my next fight, but they played weird games where they want to give TJ Dillashaw an easier fight because he doesn't want to fight somebody hard right after he won the title. He wants an easy fight. He wants to fight somebody that he knows he can keep the belt for a little longer before he knows he gets a really hard fight. Whereas I went TJ Dillashaw, Uriah Faber, Cody Garbrandt, and then lose the belt. And you could stop right there and say, okay, you went TJ Dillashaw and then Uriah Faber. Uriah Faber only got the fight because he was like, you know, it was a grudge match. Everybody wanted to see Dominick Cruz and Uriah Faber. That's why he got to skip the #1 contender and fight for the belt. So that wasn't the toughest fight in the division. And then Cody Garbrandt was like the number 5th ranked fighter. He hadn't beat anybody in the top 5 at the time, and you fought him. So I mean, when you got TJ Dillashaw, #1 contender, beating #1 contenders, that's the toughest fight in the division. And honestly, Dominick Cruz nor Cody Garbrandt wanted to fight TJ Dillashaw as soon as they got the belt back. Dominick Cruz, you know, a lot of people thought TJ Dillashaw should get an immediate rematch, but he didn't for whatever reason. A lot of people thought TJ Dillashaw should have got the fight right after Cody Garbrandt, Dominick Cruz, and he did, but it took a long time even still, as he said he's going to give Dominick Cruz the immediate rematch. Then Cody Garbrandt went through an injury, so TJ Dillashaw had to film a whole season of The Ultimate Fighter, and then TJ Dillashaw got his belt, and these guys are like, oh yeah, but now he's, you know, looking for an easy fight by going down and fighting the pound for pound #1 fighter on the planet in his own weight class. It's not like it would be, it would even be more of an easy fight, even though Demetrius Johnson isn't anybody's easy fight. But I mean, Dominick Cruz might beg to differ, but it would only be more of an easy fight if Demetrius Johnson came up to 135 pounds. Or if TJ Dillashaw skipped like the top 5, you know, skipped the #1 contenders like, you know, Dominick Cruz himself might have done. Like, They're expecting TJ Dillashaw to fight #1 contenders when he's been the #1 contender not getting the fight. So it's just like everybody's jumping on TJ Dillashaw, and he continued. He said, "Let's go, TJ. I beat you. Don't you want to get that back? Stop going down and looking for little baby boys at 125. Silly Dilly." That's what I call him. Silly Dilly. Hey, Dominick Cruz is low-key one of the best trash talkers in the game, that's for sure. But it doesn't take away from the facts here, though. You know, he said, "Don't you want to get that back? You know, looking for little baby boys at 125. I mean, what's the difference between 135 and 125? 10 pounds. I mean, I guess so. To the 145ers, you're both baby boys. How can you call somebody 10 pounds lighter than you a baby boy when there's so many people bigger than you?" You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. He continued to say, I'm going to read the rest, and because that's what you see on the screen. He said, "That's the fight that matters. Everybody wants to see if he can beat me, and everyone knows I can beat him. Why wouldn't we see that again? I just don't understand why it would go any other way." Okay, I gotta stop right there. Why would it not go any other way? Yeah, people would love to see Dominick Cruz versus TJ Dillashaw. And if there wasn't a champion versus champion super fight, he would probably give Dominick Cruz the rematch before Cody Garbrandt, just because he wanted the Cody Garbrandt fight originally, and now he said, "Listen, Cody Garbrandt's not getting the first title shot back. I just knocked him out." And after all the stuff they went through in the lead up to the fight, if it's going to be a #1 contender, it's out of Dominick Cruz and Jimmy Rivera. Dominick Cruz is the bigger name. So if DJ for whatever reason doesn't come together, I'm sure TJ would take the Dominick Cruz fight. That's not what it is. It's a champion versus champion super fight. You know what I'm saying? That's a completely different story. So with that being said, Dominick Cruz continued to say, "It's silly to me, the game. If I lost to somebody and I was the champion, I'd want to fight right away. Yes, I did that with Faber. I had to get it back, and I want to get my loss from Cody back too. But he lost, so I want the guy that's the champion." So he's saying, look, if somebody beat you, you should want to get that back. Well, ding, ding, ding. I'm going to stop right there. That's all I got to say on this video. Ding, ding, ding. You remember whenever Cody Garbrandt just beat Dominick Cruz and said, "No, I want to give Dominick Cruz an immediate rematch." And Dominick was like, nah. We're going to give we're going to give TJ Dillashaw, he deserves the fight. But according to Dominick Cruz right here, he's saying if you just lost, you should want to get that back. So, I mean, I get what he's saying. And Dominick Cruz isn't wrong in some of the things that he's saying. But at the same time, Dominick Cruz and Dana White, I believe as well, has came out recently and, like, you know, made it seem like they don't get why TJ Dillashaw wants this champion versus champion super fight and why he's not taking a fight with Dominick Cruz or TJ Dillashaw. And he's been explaining his reasons. I don't know if people aren't getting it or if they just want to ignore it, but I'm going to say it one last time. TJ Dillashaw, for one, is going for a huge fight, champion versus champion super fight, and if he wins, he'll become #1 P for P versus Demetrius Johnson. So that's a huge fight. We've seen Conor McGregor do it. We've seen Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier doing it. Man, there's a lot of champion versus champion fights that are happening because they're huge opportunities now that they're available to fighters. So Cody Garbrandt himself, he said if he beat TJ Dillashaw, he was going to go fight Demetrius Johnson. Same thing. He wouldn't have been fighting Dominick immediately. He would have tried to do the same thing as TJ Dillashaw. Anybody that could would. So with that being said, TJ Dillashaw said, "I'm not fighting Cody because I just knocked him out and all the bullshit we went through, and I want to see him beat a #1 contender like I had to." Dominick Cruz, he was scheduled to fight Jimmy Rivera. His arm got broke, and so it's like, if you've got Dominick Cruz and Cody Garbrandt saying that they're ready for a TJ Dillashaw fight, and Jimmy Rivera, I mean, somebody's got to fight. And if nobody wants to fight Jimmy Rivera, then maybe we got to get Cody versus Dominick for an interim title or just for a #1 contender fight, and then loser can fight Jimmy Rivera, because Jimmy Rivera is another name not mentioned very often, and he's looking for a fight with Cody or Dominick. So both of these guys want to fight for the belt, but it doesn't seem like any of them want to fight while TJ Dillashaw, fights Demetrius Johnson. They just want to call him out and make it seem like it's his fault they're not fighting. And it's like, okay, it is what it is, man. But I'm a fan of TJ Dillashaw, and I think he's getting a bad rap in a lot of this because I've heard his reasons for doing what he's doing, and people are making it seem like, oh, he's taking an easy fight. Like, come on, dog. But it is what it is, though. These guys are former opponents, and Dominick Cruz could be working for that rematch eventually. So let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.